Hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today we are doing your weekly tarot. This is good for the week of August 22nd through the 28th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies for the week with the oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the tarot to get you some more details about any obstacles on your path this week or any advice that Spirit has for you. Okay, so let's jump into this. The cards are ready to talk. Your overall energy, the oracle, the animal spirit, oracle card, bee spirit, sweet results await. Okay, now, Gemini, I'm going to say this is like one of my very favorite cards. It means, that you have been working really diligently on something, whether it's in your career, finances, around your home, in a relationship. It's as if, you may not have seen any results for some time. You're sitting there feeling like you're doing the things that you need to do, and yet at the same time not getting any results out of it. Well, guess what? You're going to get some results this week, which is a lovely energy. That energy of just, okay, it's almost as if I feel like you're going to be saying it was worth it. It's kind of like one of those things, like if you're on a diet or something and, you keep eating healthy and, you're watching everything that you eat or writing down what you're putting in your mouth. And then suddenly, the scale's not moving, and then suddenly you get on the scale and you've dropped a couple of pounds. It's that type of energy of, okay, I am on the right path. What I am doing is going to work. I just have to kind of keep going at it. So we're going to, first, this is lovely. Okay, Ace of Wands on the bottom. I love this energy. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. You have the Ace of Wands and then you have the Two of Cups. I feel like a lot of you are, being inspired perhaps to take a look at a relationship that could be coming in for you. For some of you, it could be somebody that you already kind of know. It doesn't mean it has to be an ex or anything like that, but somebody that wants wants to get a fresh start. So maybe, you started seeing someone or something like that, and it just didn't get off the ground for one reason or another at the time. It's kind of like, okay, wait a minute, maybe you didn't or they didn't have the time for a relationship or something, and now it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, okay, hey, wait a minute. Can we think about this again? For some of you, it could be a business partner too, or somebody that you're working with, a client. It could be even a client or a customer of some sort that it's not like you've been separated. I don't feel like it's that. It's kind of like maybe in the past it just wasn't the right time, because I feel like, oh, wait a minute, the time is good now. I can do this now, because you have underneath the orphaned energy. I feel like for some of you, you've been really, it's an orphaned energy because you've been trying to put out a lot of good energy and just not getting anything back. And now it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, there's a fresh start. I can see things are going to work out in my favor. Okay, so your present energy, exchanging gifts, and then the Four of Swords. I feel like there's a little bit of a message here for you, Gemini, that you could have been a people pleaser for some time or giving too much of yourself. Okay, so this is, over giving in your relationships, in your career, in your life in general, right? Just being a doer, let's put it that way, doing a lot, and yet at the same time, not getting back, right? So this could be even, in love relationships, family, friends, clients, work relations. It doesn't matter. I feel like you've been giving a lot to your career or your customers, but you're not getting it back. There's a reason, because there needed to be some healing and understanding that there is a balance of give and a balance of allow. putting your time and energy into things, but not over giving, whether it's a relationship or a job or a career or a business that you've tried to start. It's almost as if you've had to learn this very, very interesting, intricate, I'm going to say this has been a tough lesson of learning how to give and take, being able to put a lot of your effort into what you do during the day, whether you go to a job or you're creating on your own or taking care of your home, and also balancing that with doing things that are enjoyable, pleasurable for you, taking good care of yourself. Yeah, Five of Cups, King of Wands. Wow. Yeah. The moon. You are not seeing this coming. You are not seeing this coming. In fact, there's this energy of, I fear it's never going to happen for me. Wow, my goodness, my heart chakra. Yeah, I feel like there's almost this energy of it's never going to work out for me, so maybe I should just give up. We have the Five of Cups. It's kind of like almost, I feel like it's a little bit like the more you have tried to give in certain situations, relationships, your career, whatever it is, the more you have tried to give, the less you have gotten from it. It's been a very difficult cycle for you, but now you're starting to get on top of it. The King of Wands is also a spiritual leader, coming into that energy of understanding the balance between perhaps 5D and 3D, or work and play, giving to others, having time for yourself, not being, the King of Wands. The one thing I like about this energy is that the King of Wands isn't is so concerned about external forces, right? Doesn't find any validation in what anybody else thinks. In fact, he's the opposite. Out of all the kings, he is the one that really does not look to the external forces to determine whether or not he's on the right path. Instead, he's listening to his own inner passion, following his bliss, doing what he knows his purpose is. And he doesn't really care if there's anybody following him or not. He knows that he's a leader. He has to blaze the trail for others. And Gemini, I feel like you are, I know you're an air sign, but I think you have a lot of King of Wands energy in you, in that you are trailblazers. You are spiritual leaders. The King of Wands is a spiritual leader. You're stepping into that energy. And I think for some of you, it's been kind of a long trek, because every time you step into this energy, you may feel more people leave your life or things just don't work out, but you have kept at it. And that is why you're going to see these sweet results. You haven't given up. There's been a lot of times when I think you have wanted to, and now you're stepping into a new world. You're understanding. I think one of the things that you're understanding is at that balance of understanding that, okay, I can give out, and it's not necessarily in the 3D that I'm going to get it back. I may not necessarily see the tangible rewards or get the accolades from others, right? It's kind of a knowing. The King of Wands knows in his heart, right, that he is on his right path, that he's doing the right thing, because once again, he's a trailblazer. And I feel like you've had to learn that lesson to not listen perhaps to the people around you, kind of questioning your motives or why you're doing something, or even questioning what you're doing, right? So your obstacle here that you're working on this week is, there are things that have come to an end, whether those are jobs, careers, relationships, situations in your life. But you're understanding you can't fix this. It's time to go. It's time to blaze this trail. That you have actually overgiven to a lot of these situations, and yet at the same time, either those people or those situations have left you. And now what you're doing is, it's almost like you're flipping it. You're kind of like, wait a minute, when I overgive and I don't get back, then it's time for me to take a look at this situation, ask myself, okay, can I curtail the energy or the love, the patience that I'm putting into this relationship, or is it time to go? Because sometimes what we have to do is just take a look at it and say, can I pull back some of my energy from this? You know, if you have a career that you love, right, but you have no time to exercise or take good care of you, or to do things that you also enjoy outside of your career, then it's okay. Can I cut back the hours, you know, that I'm working at my career? It does not mean that you have to actually leave that career. Some of you may choose to, right? But some of you may also decide, no, wait a minute, I need to learn this balance. I think it's learning that it's not all or nothing. It's learning how to balance. It's learning healthy boundaries is what it is. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Yeah, really lovely. You're healing this. You're healing this energy. So we have the Death card here. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. It's about ending one kind of thinking, and then with the Five of Wands, I feel like you're competing. You know, you want to be the top dog. It's almost as if you don't. It's overcoming the emotional drama of situations, but it's also about understanding you don't necessarily have to be the top dog. The thing that you want to keep in mind is your purpose, right? Sometimes when we're competing, and I can relate to this when I was a teacher, sometimes, you know, teachers can be very competitive. Whose room is the cutest room, right? Who's doing the funnest activities, you know? But it's kind of like, okay, but is all of that also in alignment with your purpose? And not that those things are not important, what your environment, your learning environment is for students, or the way that they're learning it, right? But it's also about, okay, is it also in alignment with what I am trying to help the students learn? Because I feel like that's where you're coming from. You're stepping more into an energy. Okay, I'm coming from this with love, instead of maybe a little bit of a competitive or trying to get the attention of others. You know, the attention, and when I say that, I mean like the accolades or external validation. I feel like you've been focusing on that, whether it's coming in as intangible, you know, money or objects, or it's coming in as far as like compliments or, you know, that type of thing. So I feel like you're balancing it out. I want to come back there. Just keep saying the King of Wands does, and he really and truly does not care if anybody's following him. You know, he's beating his drum to his own tune. And if nobody's following him, that's all right. He knows I just have to keep playing this song and just keep marching down the road. And there are going to be people that will eventually hear me. You know, sometimes somebody has to hear something 2, 3, 5, a dozen times before that they are willing to come onto our bandwagon. Let's put it that way, right? Because sometimes the first time they hear it, it's just planting that seed. And then the next time they hear it, it's kind of like, you know, watering the seed or giving it sunshine. Sometimes, you know, people are not willing to see the direction that we're going in until, you know, the seed has sprouted, until there is something to show for it. So I feel like you just need to know you are sprouting. You are blooming. You know, you're getting there. The results are coming. It's about not getting too caught up in how far as the seed germinated. So, yeah, so here's your advice from Spirit. Listening to your higher power, listening to your intuition, going into your heart chakra instead of being up in your head. I feel like this week you may have some of that monkey mind stuff going on, because there's... I feel as if the sweet results, but see, it says sweet results await, right? It means that you're on the right path. The results are coming. They're on your path to come in. It's about you staying in your heart chakra and continuing your work, knowing, okay, just like the King of Wands knows, knowing that the accolades, the material things, the resources, the whatever it is that you're looking for, okay, in this exchanging, right, is on its way. But I also feel like there's a little bit of this energy of making sure you're not over giving. You know, the King of Wands doesn't necessarily play his tune all day and all night, right? It's what they're saying is it's more about living your tune. You know, staying in your energy, having those high vibrations, staying in, you know, your heart chakra, just in that sense of knowing. I would say that, you know, if you have monkey mind, you know, that just kind of like jumping around and having a lot of negative thoughts. This is kind of like a lot of negative thoughts. Every time you have a negative thought, just, you know, counteract it with a positive thought. Keep a list, you know, like on your refrigerator or on your desk of all the, look at this, 10 of Cups on the bottom, of all of the wonderful things that have happened, the blessings that are starting to come already, the why that you're doing what you're doing. Just staying in that energy will help this, you know, to pass. Yeah, because you have the 7 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, it's on its way. 2 of Pentacles, you're just kind of like going back and forth. Is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Yes, it is. You're staying on top of it. And once again, just staying as positive as you possibly can, taking good care of yourself, making sure that you're not overworking, okay? Making sure that you're having time for play. If this is a relationship, make sure, you know, you're giving to the relationship, but you're also allowing, you know, keeping your heart open for this person to reciprocate. They may not necessarily reciprocate right away. You may just say, okay, I'm giving this at this time, and then wait a little bit for them to give back. You know, I feel like there's almost like a sense of teaching yourself to sit and wait for people to give back to you. You could just be in an energy of you want it back, like instant gratification, right? So it's kind of like, okay, you send somebody a text telling them that you're thinking of them, that, you know, you hope they have a great day, and they don't send one right back. Right? So then you may send another one. Oh, they didn't get that one. Or, oh, I didn't say it the right way. Or, and then you send another one. Well, the thing is that they may just not be near their phone, or they may be busy, right? So it's kind of like send the text and then allow them the time to come back with a response. You know, I feel like this week is a little bit about practicing allowing, because the Queen of Cups allows things to come to her, because you have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, you do. You have, you know, this is that seed that is being planted that will grow into the 10 of Pentacles. It's also a solid offer. I feel like somebody's coming in perhaps with a solid offer. You know, it could be because you have the Ace of Wands here too. It could be, you know, somebody reaching out wanting, you know, to take you to dinner, take you to drinks, or it could be, you know, a client calling up and saying, hey, we have a project. Would you like to, you know, bid on this or give us a proposal or something like that? There's something coming in this week that is going to help, you know, reignite this energy for you. Yeah, we have the Mars in Gemini, and this week I'll be putting up those readings. And it really is going to be affecting you, Gemini, in the first house, your house of self. You know, transforming that, you know, those things that we say to ourselves in our own mind, you know, and trying to get out of the head and back into the heart. So let's take a look at your Cosmic Journey card. Your words create worlds. Yes, And you are creating the world that you are in. If you want the results, it's about having the words, the positive high vibration words that are going to bring in the results, right? When you're in the energy of, you know, nobody loves me, nobody loves what I'm creating, you know, my clients don't appreciate me, my boss doesn't appreciate me, that's what you're going to get. Your words create worlds. So it's about, oh my goodness, you know, being the King of Wands, you know I'm on my right path. I'm creating out of love. I'm giving love. I'm also allowing people to love me back. It's really just, it's all about the words. And Gemini, you are a communicator, so you're very good with the words. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. And I really do appreciate all of your support through likes, comments, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Have a great week. Bye for now.